Peace to your feet, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map.
Yeah, fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the
Hey guys, back with another video. This video is about Keimani Latigue. In this video, I'm going to show some clips. One of the clips, I was in the TikTok streets over there and came across a clip of one of the relatives of Keimani's dad who actually was arrested for some things, and also another relative of his that was arrested for some things. And I have a clip that I'm going to play from a content creator by the name of Royalty Savage. So I'm going to give her shout outs right now. But it just shows like where Keimani comes from. And it shows why her dad did that video back in 2019, fighting demons. It looks like his whole family got some issues. So let's jump into it.
I can't imagine what her last moments were.
Oh, God.
I can't imagine what she felt as a 13-year-old baby.
Jerome Ogletree was arraigned today. He's accused of killing Jasmine Trotter, whose body was found under a porch of an abandoned home on East 93rd Street last month. The prosecutor called the crime very disturbing.
On her way to the location, she was forced to the back of a vacant residence, where she was brutally attacked and viciously sexually assaulted.
And Ogletree has a criminal history dating back nearly 25 years.
Detectives, interestingly, to come to the police department, and so a warrant was issued for his arrest. He has a criminal history with the sheriff's department dating back to 2016. It's approximately 5'6" and 211 pounds, and was last known to be staying in the 10,300 block of Miles Avenue in the city of Cleveland.
A charge of rape, and the child is under the age of 13.
Now, looking back, we can see that he had previous charges for domestic violence, specifically an endangering children charge back in 2021. However, those charges were dismissed. He also had a felonious assault charge from 2017 that resulted in the victim being seriously harmed, and he was indicted on that one.
When I heard about this case, this was an individual wanted for homicide out of Toledo. I called my union counterpart in Toledo. I said, hey, good news, we have your guy. Your guy committed a murder, chose to fled to our town. I'll tell you right now, the wrong town to come to if you murder somebody. Our SWAT team will go out looking for you. This case is one of the most horrific cases
Okay, so before I jump into what I found on Jerome Ogletree, I want to let you guys know that even though on TikTok they're saying that he did this, yes, they arrested him for the crime, but end up releasing him due to lack of evidence. Even though they found DNA on the young lady, they had to let him go because he came up with a story saying that they were messing around, they were dating, even though the girl had a boyfriend. So they didn't have too much evidence to hold him and charge him for this. Also, Donald Ogletree, that y'all just seen in that video as well. I'm still looking up information on him. I just want to give y'all that part. And then after that, we're going to jump into the video of the mom doing that interview on the podcast I told you guys about.
Cleveland's East Side police arrested a man in connection with the murder of Jasmine Trotter. Her body was found underneath a porch of an abandoned home last week. A few days later, Christine Malone was found murdered less than 1 mile away. The medical examiner says they were beaten to death the same way. The FBI is working with police to solve these murders. News Channel 5's Kristen Volk is live on 5. And Kristen, what's the latest on the investigation?
Well, Chris, no formal charges have been filed against Jerome Ogletree yet, but despite this news, people here on the east side are still very concerned for their safety. So concerned that community leaders and residents are even passing out these flyers, which are describing the recent attacks and urging residents to be on guard. Now, Ogletree was arrested earlier today in connection with the murder of Jasmine Trotter. He has an extensive criminal history that includes drug trafficking and robbery. Trotter's body was discovered behind this house on East 93rd late last month. 4 days later, Christine Malone's body was found in a field near East 93rd. Autopsy reports show the two women died in similar ways. And on Saturday, 20-year-old Raven Freeman was attacked. Thankfully, 3 people in a car heard her screaming for help and saved her. Now, local pastors and politicians are asking those witnesses to come forward.
Please, the smallest bit of information could be the most important piece of information. So we're asking, if you are one of those good Samaritans that stepped up to help the young lady on the other day, please help our community today.
Freeman describes her attacker as a black male in his mid-40s, about 6 foot 2 inches tall, wearing dark clothing along with dark gloves and a dark colored coat, as well as black steel-toed boots. If anyone has any information about this case or the description of this man, you're encouraged to call Cleveland Police. You can find their number on our website, newsnet5.com. We'll have more on this story coming up at 6.
Charged with killing a 20-year-old woman is now being held in jail on a $1 million cash bond. Jerome Ogletree was arraigned today. He's accused of killing Jasmine Trotter, whose body was found under a porch of an abandoned home on East 93rd Street last month. The prosecutor called the crime very disturbing.
On her way to the location, she was forced to the back of a vacant residence where she was brutally attacked and viciously sexually assaulted.
And Ogletree has a criminal history dating back nearly 25 years.
And 1 year ago today, Jasmine Trotter's body was found in a vacant home on East 93rd Street in Cleveland. Police say she was the first of 3 women murdered on the city's east side. Christine Malone was found dead just days later, and Ashley Lojeski a few months later. No arrests have been made.
Here are the
2 murders on Cleveland's east side. In about an hour, Councilman Zach Reed and area clergy will hold a news conference asking for help in solving the attempted abduction of a 3rd woman in that very same area last weekend. Meantime, police have arrested a man in connection with the murder of Jasmine Trotter, but he has not yet been charged. Her body was found under the porch of an abandoned home last week. A few days later, Christine Malone was found murdered less than a mile away. The medical examiner says they were beaten to death in the same way. The FBI is now helping police to solve the murders.
On the east side, the man they thought was responsible for the murder of Jasmine Trotter has been cleared. Kristen Volk talked to the victim's family today, and she's live on 5 in Cleveland.
Danita, Jerome Ogletree is out of jail, cleared of aggravated murder, which now means there are no arrests in Jasmine Trotter's case, nor are there any arrests in the case of Christine Malone. And for that family, it's very unsettling and downright infuriating.
I want to know who did it so me and my sisters and my brothers can have some type of closure, because it's not fair.
The frustration is almost overwhelming for Shauna Johnson.
She didn't deserve what she got. She didn't.
2 months later, and the family still doesn't know who murdered their mom, Christine Malone.
My mother's gone. I can't bring her back, but I could save someone else if we find out who this is.
The 45-year-old, who was described as funny and loving, was found in a field near East 93rd Street back in March. She died from blunt force trauma and cervical compression. It's the same way 20-year-old Jasmine Trotter was murdered. Her body was found in an abandoned house nearby about the same time.
We still got a killer, a rapist, a murderer out in the neighborhood.
The only suspect arrested in connection with Trotter's case has now been released.
They didn't have enough evidence to hold him.
We are people. There's are women. These are kids. These are parents. It just has to come together better than this.
Angelique Malone isn't just angry about her mom's case, she's also scared.
Knowing that he's still out here, I feel like a lot of people are at danger.
Someone knows something in that community, and someone needs to bring forth that information.
So this community, and especially the Malone family, can have some peace of mind.
She was a sweet, sweet lady. She gave the shirt off her back.
The Malone sisters tell me their uncle was the last person to be with their mom. According to them, he says the killer is in his 40s or 50s, a light-skinned male, and drives a maroon-colored Honda. If you have any information, you're encouraged to contact your councilman, your pastor, or call police. Live on 5 at the Justice Center, I'm Chris.
Yes, before y'all ask, I did my homework. I went to Jerome Ogletree's page, went to his friends list, as y'all see here. And you can see Bone Ogletree, that is Keimani's dad Facebook name. And they definitely are related. So, yes, I wanted to get that out the way. So let's keep going.
Get him out, Keimani. Let me know when somebody get out.
Thanks for my children.
Ready? Are we ready? Yeah. Keimani.
So I wanted to get into this clip because I really had a problem with this. Now, the mom says that she knew, well, it was said that her cousin was touching Keimani. And also, she told her mom that she didn't want the mom's ex-boyfriend, which is her brother's dad, living there because he had just got out of prison and hadn't been around a woman in years. But he was still living in that home. So I'm trying to figure out, like, if you know these things, why didn't you go and report the situation? Let's get into it.
That I have been told that apparently my sister's son, my nephew RJ, was apparently touching my baby as well. And my cousins told me that as well. No, my mother has not talked to me about this. My sister has not brought this to my attention. The people that are responsible for taking care of her are the people that should be telling me what's going on. When something's wrong, regardless of how big or how little it is. I didn't know about the crackheads and all of that mess until after I got here. I only found out about Wayne, my little brother's dad, staying at my mother's house when he got out because my dad called me and told me. And I asked her why he was there, and I told her that I was uncomfortable with him being there because he just did 22, 23 years and ain't seen a woman. I don't want him nowhere near my kid.
So this next clip I'm about to show, these next couple of clips, is them honoring Keimani for her birthday. I think one of the clips, her teacher is talking and things like that. So let's jump into it.
City Council members about what can be done to prevent another tragedy. And tonight, it's not just Keimani's family mourning. The community is joining in on the pain and loss. Steve Iwanek spent the night at a vigil to remember the 13-year-old.
I just feel so bad. As a mother, I'm hurt. And I don't even know this baby. I don't know the family. I don't know the people. But I'm hurt.
That's Sharika Moore, one of the organizers of Tuesday night's vigil for 13-year-old Keimani Latigue. Alongside dozens of friends and strangers, she sang and grieved outside this East Toledo house, where police found Keimani dead the day before.
To know that your own family members would do something, somebody that's supposed to protect you, would do something like this is horrifying. It's scary.
Keimani had been missing since March 18th. The Lucas County coroner ruled her death a homicide, and her father, 33-year-old Darnell Jones, has been charged with her murder.
It's almost like a movie. It doesn't seem like it could happen here in Toledo. I believe that she probably wishes we would have got to her sooner, and somebody would have took up for her when she did ask for help, because she did ask for help is what I'm understanding, and she was failed. So really it's very, very, very sad.
That feeling radiating through the crowd.
No family should have to go through what this family is going through in this time of loss.
Sherry Sweeney was part of the search efforts to find Keimani last week. She's lived in Toledo her whole life and hopes what's happened to Keimani never happens to another child again.
You just keep praying and allowing God into your life, bring them into your children's life. Let's pull together as one. Talk to your children. Attend church with them. Let them know that there's all types of resources out there.
But with every flower and every candle, community members turned a once evil scene into one of strength and love. Praising Keimani for the life that she lived and for her memory that will never be forgotten.
Keimani was never ours. She was just loaned to us. She was a vessel in a shell. She's at peace. No more hurt, no more pain, no more going through nothing. She know her Father, heavenly above, has her, and she's okay.
Now, Keimani's funeral is being planned to happen here at Castilla Funeral Home, and it's being funded through the Brown Legacy Memorial, which is currently accepting donations to cover the costs of the services. Keimani's family tells us that there are no GoFundMe accounts associated for the funeral. Here in West Toledo, Steve Iwanek, WTOL.
Today would have been Keimani Latigue's 14th birthday. For those who knew her, today should be a cause for celebration, now only a reminder of pain and loss.
To help her classmates start to heal, the Toledo Buffalo Soldiers are giving her classmates cake and some lunch in her honor. Tatiana Cash has more from the soldiers on why they decided to do something today. So Tatiana, you are live from the house where that memorial has gone up. What are they doing on what would have been her birthday today?
Well, Tim and Kaylee, what they're doing is, making sure that the kids feel loved, feel wanted, feel appreciated. And that's kind of what they were trying to do here, still doing as this vigil continues to grow at where they found 13-year-old Keimani Latigue's body. She is one of the signs saying forever 13 because, again, today would have been her 14th birthday. So you can see all laid around a bunch of birthday cards. There's gifts for her. There's balloons. And it's just so painful to realize that she will never get to see any of this. The Buffalo Soldiers are having a different type of celebration. It's not specifically a birthday, purely just because the birthday parties are supposed to be fun. The guest of honor is there. They say it can't be a birthday party because it just really wouldn't feel right. But to help her classmates kind of get adjusted, because what they say is that those kids have been through a lot there at Spring Elementary. They know what pain is like. So just to give them a bit of a break, give them a sense of peace and a little bit of calm, because this entire week, actually a while, has been very hard for them. And they said they are there for them if any of those students, any of her classmates, really just need to talk.
These kids are dealing with stuff, nightly shootings, gunshots, parents arguing, custody battles, things that we never had to deal with or talk about. And so it is very stressful for them. And this is just a little bit of a break.
So by giving them a break, again, you can just hopefully get a sigh of relief, because this is very heavy things. Death is not an easy thing for anybody, any age, to deal with. But by any means, the younger you are, the harder it is for your mind to be wrapped around it. So, of course, as this day continues for, again, what would have been her 14th birthday, I have no doubt this vigil is going to grow. But hopefully, as this grows, maybe a little bit of healing is going to continue. We'll stay here, of course, for the morning. East Toledo.
Keimani Latigue's 14th birthday. The little girl went missing back on March 18th and was found dead in an abandoned house in East Toledo earlier this week. But Friday night, hundreds flocked to Wilson Park for a party in her honor. Steve Iwanek, he was there. And Steve, it sounds like people really wanted to do something nice for her in her memory.
Yeah, really nice gesture, Jeff. Families from all over came out to support Keimani's birthday. And from handing out free basketballs to enjoying a simple meal, it was an event meant to turn a week full of tragedy into a night of good company.
Look at this outpouring of love for this girl. It's phenomenal.
Love for a girl on her birthday, gone too soon.
She's going to be forever 13.
Helen Lake drove all the way from Columbus just to be here, Wilson Park in North Toledo, for Keimani Latigue's 14th birthday party. Lake is a former Columbus police officer and says Keimani's story haunts her.
Hearing this tragic story, it shook me to the core.
Lake was one of the hundreds who came together to remember the young girl. Keimani was found dead in an abandoned East Toledo house on Monday.
I just wanted to switch the narrative and make it, a different thing. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like something deep down inside I had to. It's something I just had to do.
Anthony Hurd has spent his whole life in Toledo. After Keimani's death, he organized the party, out of pocket, with no hesitation.
It's not even about a dollar amount. It's just something I wanted to do. I mean, it could have cost whatever amount, and I would have made it, made it happen.
And from a Jeep parade to free basketballs and even goats, Keimani's day had it all, except for the most important thing.
I can feel a lot better being around people that feel the way I feel. I'm hurt, but I'm doing it for Keimani, her birthday.
This gathering was more than just a party. It was a reminder of how precious life is.
It's okay to love on each other, you know what I'm saying? No matter the relation you have to a person, no matter the, you know, what's going on between you, it's okay to love one another, you know what I'm saying? And just, it's just the right thing to do.
The lake also had brought a gift for Keimani's family, which included a card and a doll. And as a former cop, her advice to everyone is this: listen to your kids' concerns. It may just save their life. In studio, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.
Where Keimani Latigue's body was found will be demolished within 3 months. The home, damaged by fires in 2022, has been vacant for years. City workers boarded up windows and cleared debris today, speeding up the process. The home was bought last year for $4,000 by a New Jersey developer. He says he plans to sell the property, which has nearly $4,000 in back taxes. One of the people interested in the property is a social media influencer by the name of The Hungry Black Man. Sterick Smith posted online this afternoon about wanting to buy the home and turn it into a mentorship space for young girls. City officials say the demolition is still moving forward, but if somebody does buy the property, they would have the right to appeal.
We bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, keep it real, no cap. You're breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Call it peace. We bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse.